Well, guys, here we are. The video I've been telling you has been coming for a while, but I've been putting off and delaying because I know it will probably be perceived negatively by a large section of the fan base. But anyway, today is the time to do it. The title is Marcus Rashford is the main problem at Manchester United. And this isn't a feeling that's come on this season. This isn't a feeling that's come on last season. It's a feeling that I have had for a very long period of time. And we're going to start this video off by reading you some quotes I saw on Twitter. Whether these quotes are legitimate quotes or not, they sum up my feelings around the situation very, very well and perfectly give an explanation, and I'm going to expand on them. I'm going to try not to snowball and spiral off, and I'm going to try and make my points as concise as possible in today's video, but I'm going to read this for you. Former Manchester United defender Paul Parker on Marcus Rashford. I was criticising Rashford when he was scoring goals because I wanted him to provide more for the team. Now he is not scoring goals anymore and his decision making is still poor. Everyone was saying that he was winning Manchester United games, but the only thing they could come up with was that he was scoring goals. It has taken people a while, but now they are finally seeing that he is not contributing to anything he should, because he is a fast winger with decent technical abilities, but in the fact he is just a selfish player who lives off the back of being good in February. I think that Manchester United rushed into too quickly to give him a huge contract. Overall, he has been delivering a poor return throughout his Manchester United career. That's a fact. I think that the fans are tired of seeing him faking an injury all the time he gets tackled. They want to see him get up, chase back, and win the ball back. What he is doing is something you would expect to see in a schoolyard from a petulant child. You wouldn't expect it to happen at Old Trafford, not in a million years. But he does that every single time, and it shows me that he might not be the player for Manchester United after all. He needs to change his game and attitude. Now, hard-hitting quotes, to say the less, but I don't think there is anything wrong in that. I've been to a few United games. I can't say I've been to all of them. I've watched all of them, but I've not been to all of them. And when I watch Marcus Rashford, people around me get very frustrated because I shout at him so much when at the games. He rarely tracks back. Rarely tracks back. Yeah. There's times he looks at Jules, he sees a high ball coming to him, and he's like, oh no, that centre-back is 6'4". He's very scary. I don't want to go up for a header in case I break a nose, break a jaw. And he just backs out of so many 50-50 headers, strength for the ball. For a lad who I think he's 6'2", he's got a big frame. He's meant to be big and strong. He gets shoved off the ball way too easily. Every time a ball is played up to him, he's always looking off the shoulder. Very rarely does he try contest the defender. And there's so many times our attack breaks down by a ball getting played over to him, him just running in behind. And if the ball's not in behind, it's done. Marcus Rashford puts his head in the air, shaking. Bad pass. Should have been over the top. I should be throwing behind. And it just isn't. As well, in the system we play, Marcus Rashford has all the fundamentals to be an amazing footballer, but he just isn't there. And I don't think he will be. He's, 25, 26? And he still hasn't got the fundamental decision-making. He is just a counter-attacking winger. And if you don't play a counter-attacking style of football, it isn't going to work with Marcus Rashford. It just isn't. He's always looking in behind. When he picks up the ball, he used to be able to take on a man. Now he's not even able to take on a man. He just runs into him and falls over. There's so many times we lose possession. I said this a while ago in the Casemiro video. There's so many times we lose possession in football games where we press it, we win the ball back, and we go to start a quick transition, and Marcus Rashford loses possession running into someone, then everyone else is caught out of position running up to catch up with him. And it's just poor decision making from Rashford. People always complain about, why does Grealish put his foot on the ball and pass backwards when he's playing for City? And it's because when they're doing a quick transition, he's allowing people to get back up and get in position. And obviously, Grealish can beat a man, and sometimes he does, but when he decides to take on a man, he beats them. Yeah, he takes them on and beats them. Marcus Rashford takes on a man and runs into them and then stands around complaining. Something I would like to highlight as well is He always wants to be the centre of the attention. It's the Marcus Rashford show. Like the other week when he was coming out the tunnel and he waited to let Casemiro go ahead of him so he comes out last. It's typical Marcus Rashford. It's all about him. He's living off the fact that he scored all those goals in February. That's the only reason why he's starting, why Ten Hag doesn't want to substitute him, because he's the one who gave us the goals. But now finally we have another player in Højlund that's given us the goals, which allows us to be able to drop him when he's playing poorly. But the thing is, as well, I know I keep spinning off on tangents and I apologise, but the other thing as well is he's cut from the same ilk as the Pogba, the Lingard, the Martials. He's from that group, that era of Jose Mourinho players that threw Mourinho under the bus. Don't forget, he threw Mourinho under the bus, he threw Oli under the bus, he threw Rangnick under the bus, yeah. And I'm sure he's going to throw Ten Hag on the bus. Sooner rather than later, with the big contract he's given him, it might be Erik Ten Hag's version of Oli and Maguire with that player, because he's put so much time and effort and obviously given him this massive bumper contract into him that he's almost become undroppable. But no player should be undroppable when they're playing as poorly as he is. Yeah. I'm not one of those people last season who was doing the pointing to my temple, telling the doctor where I had a migraine every time he was scoring, because I just saw that there was so many games last season where, yes, he scored 1, maybe 2 goals, but he was dreadful. Dreadful. As in played dreadful in the game. But he scored, so people forgot about it because he scored. He's Marcus Rashford, he's pointing to his temple. Yeah. But as we progress as a team, we cannot progress with a player like that in the team. The thing with Garnacho is, and I know Garnacho hasn't given the output and he was disappointing at the start of the season, but he offers more as a player than Marcus Rashford. Yeah, he can take a man on, he can shoot, he can cross, he can go either way. Rashford only goes on his right foot. His left foot's useless. It's for standing on. Yeah, he can't even take a player on anymore. Can't win a header. I'm pretty sure I've seen Garnacho win more headers than Marcus Rashford, or go up for them at least. Garnacho tracks back. This is why, the thing is, people always criticise, this is a bit of a tangent here, but people always criticise Anthony. Yeah, the reason why Ten Hag picks Anthony is because Anthony does what Ten Hag wants him to. He tracks back, he runs, he works his hard off, he's up, down, up, down, up, down. Garnacho, up, down, up, down, up, down. Palestri, up, down, up, down, up, down. Marcus Rashford, up, sometimes down. Yeah. And in a Ten Hag style of play, in previous Ten Hag teams, when has Ten Hag had a winger that balls are just played over the top to all the time and running behind? Name me one. I'll wait. I don't think you can. And the fact of the matter is, Ten Hag last season, you could tell and you could see he sacrificed his style of play so much to suit Marcus Rashford. And I'm going to say it as well, and I'm not meaning to dig him out because he's brilliant and I love him, but sometimes the criticism is deserved. Bruno Fernandes sacrificed so much of a style of play that he is known for and he plays to benefit these players. And now, as you've seen this season, we've got a goalkeeper that plays out from the back. Yeah, and we're trying to transition more into an Erik Ten Hag way of playing football, and it's hindering these players because they're having bad games. And then the body language is poor, and it's affecting the whole team. You can see it. Someone put on Twitter, when you deep it, Andre Onana is the biggest problem for Marcus Rashford. He is. He is, because we're actually playing Ten Hag style of football, because he's a Ten Hag signing and a Ten Hag player. And Marcus Rashford isn't a Ten Hag player or a Ten Hag style of play player. And eventually he's going to get caught out, and I feel like we'll have another Jadon Sancho situation on our hands. I'm calling it. I've been seeing the comments from Ten Hag, and I can see it coming. Marcus Rashford is going to be Jadon Sancho 2.0, Cristiano Ronaldo 3.0. And it's what's going to happen. You can see it, you can envision it. To be honest, it's probably for the best for Manchester United to develop as a team. I back Ten Hag. I would pick Ten Hag over any of these players any day of the week. Not just Marcus Rashford, Bruno Fernandes. Yeah. Jadon Sancho. Yeah. Martial. Luke Shaw. David De Gea. I pick Ten Hag over any of these players. Yeah. And you can tell the players that are consistently playing well are his signings. And Rafael Varane. But it's Champions League Varane is the Rolls Royce. Yeah. And I just feel like Marcus Rashford isn't a team player. I don't think he's a Manchester United player. He's still living off potential of what he could become at 25. It's like McTominay. Oh, look, McTominay's got so much potential. He's 26. Yeah. He is not showing enough as a 25-year-old. He is not matured as a footballer. I'm going to highlight this because I've said it in the post-match reaction, but this is another point. I'm going to get into it now. I'm sorry, I said I wouldn't spin off as much as I am, but points keep coming back to my head because I've been writing stuff down to do this video for a while and I've not got around to it and I forgot to say some of the stuff I wanted to say, but I remembered this now. That pass to Bruno Fernandes sums up Marcus Rashford. He passed that ball because of the criticism he's been getting over the past few weeks. He listens to it. He's so self-conscious as a footballer. He listens to the critics, and that's why he passed that ball. But that also, as a footballer, you have to be able to block out the comments. The elite footballers do. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, he passed that ball because of his criticism. It's either he didn't pass that ball because of the criticism, or he didn't trust himself to hit the target, or not smash it at the keeper. But the fact of the matter is, it highlighted his poor decision-making, which is costing United. Because I think if that goes in, that game is totally different. I know it's if, buts, and maybes, but if that goal goes in, I feel like it's totally different game. But the fact of the matter is, the cross should have been made 2 strides before. He tries too hard to draw the keeper, and it allows the left back to get back. If you watch that replay, if you watch the highlights on BT or wherever it was, or TNT, whatever it's called, you can see Bruno Fernandes has so much space. 3 strides before. It should have been played 2 strides before. He draws it too long and underhits the pass. What was that pass? That was pass nor cross. That was dribble. Yeah, that ball was played across that box so slow. It was ridiculous. I went mental in that stadium. I was going absolutely ballistic. And as I said, I wasn't one who was singing Marcus Rashford's praise when he was scoring. Me gran was, and I was saying, oh, he scored, but he was bad. He played bad. Yeah, and I've been saying it all along. I have no problem with Marcus Rashford. If Marcus Rashford ups his game, yeah, and turns into the player he has the potential to be, I'll support him every day of the week. But the fact of the matter is, he's cut from that toxic band of players, and he's not proven any different. Roy Keane said, leopards can't change the spots. Who do you think he's talking about? Same player that threw many managers on the bus. But if he turns a new leaf, starts playing well, ups his decision making, and becomes the player he can be, I'll support him. But until that happens, I don't think Manchester United will win a major trophy with Marcus Rashford. I don't think you'll see Marcus Rashford lift the Premier League with Manchester United. I don't. But unfortunately, that is it for me today. I know I went off on a few tangents, but that's just me. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know your opinions on this topic down below in the comments, and hopefully I will see you for the match preview for Brentford tomorrow. Thank you for watching, and peace.